ladies and gentlemen. So the doctor will be behind the wheel of the 84. I guess we're going to call it X for the time being. 3 cars will make it to the feature event. Keep your eye on Pat O'Brien in the 6. Keep your eye on the doctor. Bob Henry gets his way around here pretty well. Paul Kinney got in the main event last year. Hitman Tony Steiner, the NYTech Supply 13's had some tough luck this year. Let's see what happens. Green flag ready to go in our first of 5 consolation events. Will get them coming out of the 4th turn at the barrel. Turn them loose. Jamie Kellogg. Here we go. First of 5.
Green flag is out. Paul Kinney going to lead the parade down here to turn number 1. Kinney will be your leader. Shields up on the outside. Got a car around. And that's going to bring contact over in turn number 2. Tom Collins Jr., the car that went around with a 7. And Collins, also some contact over there as well. So
and by the number B2 of Bob Henry, looks like he's going to try to get it refired here. But early going wreck here in turn 2.
In the southern tier.
It looks like lights are back on the pace car as they make their way down here into turn number 3, so we will remain.
Bet from this one, taking a little bit of sorting out here by the scorers on the one-way communication system, trying to get to the drivers to get to the right place, and looks like the pace car is ready to go off, and Dan, you're ready to take it away.
Okay, as we get ready to go, Tony Steiner from the pole now. He will start up on the front spot. He is ready to pull the trigger down off of turn number 4. Green flag flies. Steiner going to bring him down across the line with Paul Kinney and Brett Tonkin in tow. Down here through the corner to go. DJ, the winner of this event last year, Danny Johnson, looking for a qualifying berth. He rides back there in 4th spot. Roy Shields now back to 5th. O'Brien now down to the inside. That's Pat O'Brien with the number 6 car. He rides back there in 7th spot as they make their way down here to turn number 1. Patty O'Brien with the number 6 car looking down on the inside lane off of turn number 2, trying to make a way up on the high side of the speedway, but yellow is out. Yellow out for the 80 car down here in front. Yellow lights coming on around the speedway. Get ready to go off turn 4. Pace car will take the hard left-hand turn off of the back stretch. Paul Kinney with a nice and easy grocery shop. Sponsor number 19K, ready to fire. Now down into turn number 3. Gonna stand on the gas, and around goes Kinney. Kinney goes around down in turn 4. The green is waved, but will be followed by a yellow as Kinney comes to a stop down here in turn number 4. He has come to the inside of the racing surface, the implement tire down there, and a lot of soft clay also. Pace car pulling away from the field down the backstretch, now down into the safe haven of the infield. Tony Steiner up on the front. Tony out of Jamesville with the 13 ready to fire. 3 cars to qualify. Danny Johnson going to work up on the high side. As they go down to turn number 1, DJ taking the outside lane a long way around on Steiner, and he'll be your leader off of turn number 2. Pat O'Brien now to the 3rd and final qualified position as he has moved the Gypsum Logistics. Number 6 car up to 3rd. Roy Shields rides 4th. 5th spot now Tom Collins down to the inside with the 7 car. Kinney trying to make his way back up through the field. He swings up to the outside of Collins as they come off of turn number 2. They're side by side as they make their way down the backstretch. Give the position to Kinney now, and Kinney comes right to the backside of Roy Shields. Around goes Shields, and 3 other cars collected up.
Ramp, and I'm sure about Paul Kinney. Packers were going through the infield earlier today. It's to give the pace car road. built his own little highway for him.
Yep, and he is on that highway now, and Danny Johnson is back on the highway trying to bring this one to checkers. We are under green once again.
Got a way to go in this one. Can Paul Kinney get in the top 3? Can he get in to tonight's 200-lap event?
Kinney trying to make the run up there into the top 3. 3 cars will transfer. Danny Johnson working on the front of this one. The 13 of Tony Steiner riding second. Third is Pat O'Brien. And right there in 4th spot now is Paul Kinney. Kinney riding in the 4th position, 1 spot out of a qualifying berth as they work their way down here off the corner and into turn number 3. Rounding out your running order is the 12th car of Skip McKenzie. Here's Danny Johnson down across the stripe to see the halfway sign this time by. 5 are in and 5 remain for DJ on the point. Danny was out in the qualifying heat race aboard the Trouchman number 28 car, but damage on that automobile set it back behind the wall, and he has gone to the backup car of Gary Tompkins and has brought it from the tail of the field up to the point here, trying to take down the win in this first of 5 last chance qualifiers. DJ, your leader here across the line. Here is the race for 2nd spot, as now Pat O'Brien looking down to the inside of Tony Steiner. Steiner caught up on the outside, going to try and get the run down to the inside now, but nothing doing there as O'Brien has gone to the runner-up position. 2 to go sign is up for your leader, Danny Johnson. Johnson, O'Brien, and Steiner, the 3 transfer positions. Right now, Paul Kinney, 1 spot out as he works up off of turn number 2. Down the backstretch into turn number 3, white flag will fly, this time by for Danny Johnson. Danny Johnson on the front, bringing him down to see the white flag first. 1 more lap around for the doctor of modified competition, Danny Johnson, the 2008 winner. And Kinney now is edged into that final transfer spot. Tony Steiner coming right back at him down here to turn number 3. Steiner and Kinney are side by side. Johnson gets the win. O'Brien finishes 2nd. Steiner wins the wrestling match for 3rd, and Paul Kinney will be 1 spot out of the Fulton 200.
I think Paul Kinney had an idea of how to get into the 200, and it didn't work.
Yeah, he tried.
Ooh.